And for all the women who are listening and the single moms who are listening, I'm not specifically talking about you in this video. I'm talking about my experiences, the people I've interviewed there, the people who have come to me for help, what they've experienced. You could be a fantastic mother and a fantastic parent. And even though your relationship with the husband or father of your children didn't work out, you could treat the next boyfriend, husband great. I don't know. I want to be sensitive to everybody in this, but I also want to do my job, which is to inform the tribe and to help everybody navigate situations like these. So with that said, let's get into this. So dating single moms. Do you like being confused? Do you like not really knowing if someone's telling you the truth? Do you like dealing with a bunch of baggage? Do you like extra drama in your life? Do you like being placed at the bottom of a group and being the last one consulted and considered? Do you like paying for someone else's children? Do you like all of these things and more? Gentlemen, if you're in your 20s and 30s, avoid this. Have a good life, free of that extra weight and baggage. Now, for the men who are listening to me and they're in their 40s and 50s, you are going to run into this. How much drama do you like? How much do you value your free time? How much do you value being respected? How much do you value certainty and control? So, gentlemen, if you already are having issues with the women you're dating and accountability, get ready for Brad Easton Ellis level of accountability. Yes, less than zero. Less than zero. If you're dating a single mom, she will not be accountable for anything, her bad decisions, the way she treats you. This has been my experience, and this has been the experiences of many people I've spoken to on this subject. You may have a friend, and you may have a sister or an aunt who isn't like that, and that's fantastic. And they might be accountable, they may apologize, admit when they've done something wrong. That's great. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about other people's experiences. And generally, and I'm going to be making generalizations, this is what you're going to find. You're also going to find your value diminished as a man. So what are you stepping into here? What are you stepping into when you're dating a single mom? Someone else's situation. Now you could come in and you're like, oh, Stacy, she's a sweet girl. I can't believe, and this ex-husband, he's a bastard. He treats her terrible and get fired from her job. It's just terrible. And she's such a sweet girl, and these bad things happen to her. And, she's got some issues, and then, her mother's not nice to her and doesn't treat her well, even though she's doing her best. Don't be a dupe. If a woman has a ton of baggage and drama in her life, she chose that, and she likes that. And it's your choice whether you want to get involved in that. So keep your eyes open when you go on a date with a single mom. Be hyper aware of those red flags. You think she's a victim? You got to think about that again. She could be addicted to those victim emotions. She could be making all these choices so that she gets to suck up those victim emotions. Her friends feel sorry for her. Maybe her parents. She's just a real sweet girl who's down on her luck. No, she's making choice after choice after choice to bring drama into her life, to bring drama into her kids' life. Why did she have children? He's such a bastard. She didn't see any signs before then that he was a big bastard? And guess what? He's not always a big bastard. Sometimes that's the way he's portrayed. You ever date a girl and she telling you about her terrible ex-boyfriend? Not with kids. She had, this guy, and he was like this, and you're like, oh my God, poor Stacy. She had this terrible boyfriend, and blah blah blah, and she's telling you all these terrible things about him, and you're like, oh my God, if I ever see this guy, I'm gonna give him, a piece of my mind. Then your relationship progresses, and as things are going downhill, you realize that she's starting to categorize you this way. And you thought you're nothing like this guy. In fact, you know you're nothing like this guy. It doesn't matter how generous and how kind and how sweet you are to her. You're on the way out. She found someone new, or she didn't like something you did, whatever. She is starting the process of becoming a victim with you too. So if you see this tendency, beware, this is a major red flag. She's not a victim. She's choosing all this stuff. And sometimes she's just categorizing herself like that so she can get these emotions from her friends. Oh, my friend Stacy, she's going out with a big jerk. And then you meet the guy. It's 8 months later, you've broken up with Stacy, and you meet the guy and you talk, and you find out he's not a bad guy. No, he got manipulated and crushed. Are there bad guys out there? Of course. But this is out there too. This girl, Stacy, she's addicted to these emotions. That's what's out there too. She loves people feeling sorry for her. She loves people seeing her as the victim. She loves those emotions. She's become addicted to those emotions. Now, guys, you all know what I'm talking about. Again, let me stress, there are men who aren't the greatest out there, and they're not always going to treat everyone great. Just like there's women out there who aren't the greatest and aren't always going to treat men great. And then there are some who are great and wonderful. These are not absolutes. But this is out there. So if you start dating a single mom and she seems like a victim to you, and oh man, poor girl, she's a diamond in the rough, and how did she end up with this terrible guy? She ended up with that terrible guy because she chose him. She likes drama, or she likes being perceived as a victim, and she loves those emotions. She's duped all her friends. She's duped her family. She's duped they don't treat me good. He's like this, and I gotta do this. Be careful, tribe. Be careful of what's out there. you think every girl's the sweet Virgin Mary. No. Remember Amber Heard? Yes. Look it up. That's some crazy stuff. So be aware of what's going on. You have to be hyper vigilant as you're dating a single mom. Question everything she tells you. And if she looks like a complete victim, that should be red flags going off. She's making those choices, or she's not really a victim. She just loves those emotions. And we've talked in many videos about how women have this dominance of the emotional content in their life. This is what's most important for them. This is what they love to get from their friends. This is what they want from you. They want an emotional content. So there are different kinds of emotions, and women will gravitate towards these different kinds of emotions. So be very vigilant. Guys in your 20s and 30s, avoid all this. Why do you need to contemplate all this? These are her decisions. These are her kids. Sometimes the woman has children from multiple fathers. Do you want to deal with that? The pickup, the drop off, the drama, the back and forth to court. Oh yeah. And the woman will have no qualms about dragging you in as a witness. You're in this drama now. Fun. Yeah, fun. Is it worth it? No, it's not worth it. And the kids are mostly the victim. Kids are they're wonderful. They're kids. But you watch these people put their kids in the middle, make terrible decisions, even though how it affects their kids. Poor so-and-so, and her kids, they in this terrible situation. Yeah, she made those decisions to put everybody in that situation, and she has no qualms about dragging you in for the fun. Do you like going to court? Do you like watching these two parents treat their kids not so great? and make terrible decisions that'll affect their lives? No, it's horrible. It's horrible. Now, again, for the men in their 40s and 50s, you have a kid, she has a kid. What are you going to do? Is it easier to date someone who doesn't have kids? I would say generally yes, but they can have their own problems too. But the amount of baggage, the amount of compound drama, dealing with another man, being around another man's kids, it's his responsibility. If you can avoid this, things are going to be a lot easier for you. Who's going to deny that? Who's going to deny that? I mean, come on. So your importance level in a relationship with a woman with kids is very low, and you are totally disposable. Here's the level of importance. It's her phone, those could be equal, her kids, the ex-husband, her family, and then you. You're way down here. Do you like that? Her and her phone, her kids, the ex-husband, who she may or may not still be sleeping with. No, I don't sleep with him. Well, there was my birthday and I was feeling alone, and then there was that funeral, and then it was our anniversary, but those don't count. She could very well still be having a relationship with them, just so she can, suck on that extra drama. Yeah. You will never know. You will never really know. He might tell you, but you will never really know. Why is he there sometimes? If it's just a pickup and a drop-off, where's she going? Another thing that will happen is there will always be some emergency. I have to go. There's an emergency with her kids. And, you'll get a little spidey sense inside of you like, what's the emergency? It's personal. It has something to do with my son. It has something to do with my daughter. I can't tell you. And you'll feel like, well, I don't know, we've been going out for a while. You can just generally tell me what's going on. I don't need the specifics. Yeah, you start to feel, or you feel from the very beginning, that you can't trust this person. You don't know what this emergency is. And then you're like, well, yeah, every other weekend there's an emergency. What's all these emergencies? Yeah, an emergency with their kid. Your kid is an adult. They're in their mid-20s and they're having an emergency. Okay. You'll never know what the truth is. You'll never know. My son, he's got an emergency. He's 26. I got to go away overnight. Yeah, they'll pull stuff like that. Totally, yeah. This is the kind of stuff you're getting into. You're sacrificing your own freedom, your own wonderful life for a bunch of drama, a bunch of uncertainty, raising other people's kids. And the more you conform and the more easygoing you are, the more you let stuff roll, the more she sees you as a sucker. And the more likely she's going to monkey branch onto another dude. You're doing the right thing, you're helping her with the kids. I hear this story over and over again. You start paying for stuff. The guy's a sucker. He starts paying for stuff. You're paying for someone else's kids. You do it for long enough, the court sees you as a parent now, and you could end up paying alimony to her, even if you're not married. How's that? Do you like that? Now she's got two dudes, coming up with money. And she could just wipe that. You become, as kind of a surrogate parent to her kids, and you care about her and her family, and then she's off with some other dude, or she's back with the husband. There's an attachment there, that you don't really understand. All these things can happen, and worse. Could it work out, and could it be wonderful, and your kids get along with her kids, and it's a great union? I saw that once in a Disney movie, but in reality, I've never seen that. I've never heard of that. I don't. Could it be there? Yeah, it could happen. Sure. But why have I never really heard about that? I never heard about that. I just hear about the things I'm describing to you. So, tribe, if you're going to date a single mom, these are some of the things you're going to have to deal with. They will break dates with you constantly. Oh, something came up. It's an emergency. Or my adult child is in town. It's kind of, they just showed up. You are inconsequential to me. I can't meet you tonight, even though we had a date, even though we planned on getting together. I'm not going to invite you to do stuff with us. I'm not going to offer, hey, I realize what I'm doing is kind of rude and impolite. Why don't I make it up to you? Why don't I make you a dinner? Come over for dinner. I'll make you dinner. Nothing like that. I've never encountered that. That would make sense. Yeah. Things to be rude, irresponsible, and impolite, they do not see that. The single mom does not see that as those things. It's my family. It's my child. It's my that gives them carte blanche to be rude, discourteous, impolite, to treat you like trash. Accountability, less than zero. Less than zero. As soon as they got kids, they're not accountable for anything. Their kid could be 28 years old. You will get brushed and pushed aside. It's just sounding like an attractive option. What am I going to do? I have to tell the tribe the truth. And please, if you've had different experiences, write it below in the comments. Women, I welcome you to comment as well. I know you're not liking the things I'm saying. But this is the stuff that happens. If something different happens, let's talk about it in the comments. I'm open to hearing your experiences. I would guess that the experiences are going to be similar to what I described. And this, pay close attention to this victim thing. If you start dating a single mom and she appears to be a victim, realize there's something else going on here, and you don't want to discover it. She's so sweet, Lisa's she's such a sweetheart, and I can't believe she ended up in this situation. How did this happen? I'm lucky to have Lisa, and we're gonna make a new life, and we're gonna oh man, she's gonna find another way to get drama. She's gonna blame you, and so she can suck up victim emotions from her friends. She'll make up all kinds of crud, and you'll be like, "What the hell? You won't believe it." I hear this over and over again from guys. They feel like a sucker. I did all this, I did all this for Lisa. I thought she was this. And then I came home one day and she was with so-and-so. It doesn't even have to be someone great. It could just be some jerk. One of her friends, she's got friends, male friends. He's just a friend. It'll be just a friend guy. And she won't take any responsibility. It just happened. It just happened. Is that what you want? It just happened. We're just friends. She starts telling you, she's showing you what a victim she is, and then she's telling you about these people are just friends. And she's got her phone locked. She's got all the guys say the same thing. Why does she have her phone locked? Why does she have to do a big passcode like it's a vault on a bank? You know why. Girl's got her phone locked. Oh yeah, there could be credit card information. They don't leave their phone anywhere. That phone is priority number one. My kid could call. They could have an emergency. It's an emergency. Yeah, it's a nightmare. And if you can avoid it, I would avoid it. I got to be honest with the tribe. You want to feel good. You want to feel powerful. You want a woman who respects you. You want to maintain your masculine frame. All these things will be tested constantly in a single mom situation. All of them. You will not know what the truth is. You will not know if that ex-husband is a good or bad guy till way too late. But look for these warning signs. If she seems like a victim to you, question that 100%. She could. It could be a terrible marriage and it could be a jerk. And she could have been 18 and just made a terrible decision. That could have happened. It could have. But are there other things? Are there other bad decisions? Is there other drama? She got fired from her job. And they were mean to her. Her boss was a jerk. He was a jerk too. She got kicked out of the house. This happened, that happened. She loaned money to a friend. But when you get to the nitty gritty of it, you'll realize no, she loves this drama. More than likely, she loves these victim emotions. And she's not being truthful with the people in her life. Then Munchausen syndrome, it's like a version of that. She just wants to appear injured. Like, oh, I'm a hurt birdie. Feel sorry for me, repair my wing, give me attention. Give me attention. So tribe, here's a little taste. I could make tons of videos and talk about crazy examples, but I don't want to go too far down that road. Suffice it to say, you got to be real, real careful. That first date, I've gone on a first date with a single mom. Within 5 minutes, the phone, beep, 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 beep. 7 text messages, do. Yeah, what's going on? Is there some kind of emergency? No, my son, she just left him. He can't find the peanut butter, or he's looking for these special pencils, and yeah, if that's happening within the first half an hour of your first date, how important are you going to be in her life? It's an emergency. He can't find his number 2 pencil. Everything's an emergency. And as the single parents today, I haven't met one that isn't fostering a codependent relationship with their children. It's always codependent and super needy. The text messaging starts as soon as that kid leaves in the morning, and the conversation lasts all day long. Constant text message. The kid never gets a chance to develop their own personality, their own identity. The mother is in there constantly. Did you get there? Did you get it? Do you have this? What's that? Where are you now? What are you doing? Blah, blah, blah. Constant text messaging. Constant reinforcement of the codependent. It could be an emergency. It could be, they could need me. They never get to really grow up. I don't understand. My 16-year-old kid, they don't even want their driver's license. Teddy's 24. He doesn't want to move out. Oh, he doesn't? Oh, I'm so surprised. They don't want their license? I counted the days till I could get my license. I showed up there at 8 a.m. to get my license. That's your first taste of freedom, other than your bicycle. I can't even get them to ride a bike. Yeah, because you're in with him every 2 seconds, asking him what he needs and giving him choices and being completely codependent. Oh, yeah, I'm just being an attentive parent. All right. That's what you think. That's what's going on. It's a nightmare. So I've been on dates with single mom. I just can't believe it. With the phone and the constant. And one of them actually complained. They were like, my son, he seems very feminine. I kept my mouth shut. I was like, oh, really? I don't know how that could have happened. And she goes, I think he may need a male influence. Okay, yeah, maybe that's a good idea. So, to each his own. And they're her kids, so she gets to make those choices and deal with the consequences. So this isn't a video on parenting, so I digress a little. But I thought it was important to note, don't raise someone else's kids. Raise your own. You know? That's her job and that's the other parent's job. You want to date a single mom? Here's some of the stuff you're going to encounter. Are there good single moms out there? I would guess yes. There are a ton of wonderful people and wonderful women, and I'm sure they're out there. My advice is, tribe, watch out for those red flags. Pay attention, be vigilant, and if you notice stuff in that first date or two, cut it off. Why do you need to discover more? It will show up very quickly. The poor treatment, the drama, the blaming, the victimhood, I'm a victim. Those are serious red flags. So tribe, you have a friend who's going through this, contemplating this, do them a solid. Start looking out for your brothers. Send them the link to this video. Okay? If you got something out of this, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell for notifications. Give it a thumbs up. And if you are looking for one-on-one coaching, maybe you're in a situation like this, you can reach out to me through my YouTube page. Okay, tribe, we'll see you in the next one.